Welcome to Chrysler's growing family of new vehicle owners, and welcome to our special presentation of tips and information about your new car or truck. This tape is a gift from us here at Chrysler and from your dealer. It's got lots of information about keeping your new vehicle in top operating condition. We hope you enjoy it and use it. It's part of our commitment to your complete satisfaction. And remember, at Chrysler, we say satisfaction is your right. So enjoy your new car or truck and drive safely.
Hi, welcome to Chrysler's family of Eagle Talon owners. You have just purchased one of the most expressive state-of-the-art performance cars available today, and we want you to enjoy owning and driving your Talon. So this videotape is designed to help you get the most out of your new sports car, to help you fully appreciate its highly advanced special features and its operating controls, to better understand the 770 warranty coverage, and tips about preventive maintenance. But after viewing the tape, please spend some time going through your owner's manual and your warranty information booklet. They contain further information that's vital to peak performance and also your satisfaction as a new Talon owner. But right now, let's get to it. Your Talon is equipped with an exciting array of special features and operating controls. We'll show you how to get the most out of them, starting with your personal comfort. The Talon's adjustable tilt steering wheel is easy to operate. Just pull the lock lever down, move the wheel to the position that's best for you, then lock in the position by pulling the lever upward. The sporty bucket seats are specially designed to conform to and support your body, and are very easy to adjust. If yours is equipped with lumbar support, turn the wheel down for firmer support, up for less. Now let's look at the controls you may find on the door on the driver's side. With the ignition key in either the on or accessory position, adjust your sight lines using the electric remote-controlled mirror switch. Set the inside lock lever in the locked position to lock both doors. The power windows also have a safety switch, which locks the passenger window in position. The interior dome light control center, up here, includes individual reading light switches for both passenger and driver. Other convenient features are the release levers inside the car for the fuel filler door and for the rear hatch. You can gain cargo area by pulling up on the rear seat release and folding the seat forward. The Talon dashboard is a driving enthusiast's dream. Its exclusive cockpit-shaped design inspires driver confidence, with instruments in clear view and controls within easy reach. When the headlights are turned on at the main control, the covers pop up automatically. But when you want to clean or change headlight bulbs, the top switch will pop the covers. The next switch turns on the fog lights, helpful for driving in bad weather. The bottom switch is the dimmer control for the instrument panel. The top switch on this bank on the right operates the hazard flashers. Next is the rear window defroster switch, and right underneath it, the rear window wiper and washer switch. Now let's turn to the climate control system. Talon's climate controls are designed for easy operation, heating, cooling, and defrosting both windshield and side windows. Talon's optional air conditioning has two settings. Push the switch halfway in, and the amber glow indicates the economy setting. All the way in to the green glow, and you're set for maximum cooling. And here's a few quick tips for using your climate controls effectively. Air conditioners can also work as dehumidifiers, so use yours to freshen up the inside air, especially on muggy days. And to speed cooling in hot weather, first open the windows and let out all that hot air, and then turn on the engine and the air conditioning. And in cold weather, run the air conditioner for a few minutes every week or so. That'll help lubricate the compressor's internal parts, and will also help assure long service. And also, check the air inlet grill. It's located right here in the front of the windshield. Now, keeping this clear of leaves and snow will help your heating and air conditioning unit to work more efficiently. Your Talon can sound like a concert hall on wheels. Depending upon the option package you chose, your sound system may look like this. You'll find the detailed instructions on how to operate your sound system in your owner's manual. And remember, remove the whip antenna by turning it counterclockwise before going into an automatic car wash. Cruise control is a useful feature you might have on your new Talon. It's located over here to the right of the steering wheel. Once you've reached the desired cruising speed, move the switch to on and press in to set. Release the cruise control system by turning the switch to off or touching the brake pedal, or depressing the clutch in Talons equipped with a manual transmission. There is also a resume accelerate position for resuming or increasing your speed. Please keep in mind that cruise control is most practical and safest on long stretches of open, dry road. Now let's talk about security for just a moment. You're probably well acquainted with your front automatic shoulder belt, but that's only half the story. Remember to fasten the manual lap belt. It's an essential part of the lap shoulder restraint combination. Okay, now turn the key and zip, you're covered. Note that Talon comes with rear seat lap and shoulder belts to provide maximum protection for those rear seat passengers as well. And remember to use your door locks for protection too. And one last reminder, if your Talon TSI has the optional anti-theft alarm device, activate it when you leave the car by locking the doors with the power switch and closing the driver's door with the handle held out. And the alarm is disarmed when either door is unlocked with the key. Durability, reliability, and performance. Lots of performance. One of the best ways to maintain your new Talon's peak performance is with regularly scheduled maintenance visits to your Eagle dealership. These service pros have the training and the equipment to keep your Talon in peak condition. But you can help by making some important preventive maintenance checks yourself. Your Talon's engine is a high-output 4-cylinder power plant. This particular one has the turbo option. The major checkpoints you'll want to keep an eye on are engine oil level, coolant level, and windshield washer fluid. First, the engine oil level. All engines consume oil, especially high-output power plants like yours, so make this check regularly. With the engine up to operating temperature, turn the ignition off and give the oil a few moments to drain back into the oil pan for an accurate level check. Take out the oil dipstick, wipe it clean, then slip it back in all the way and pull it out again. Keep the end tilted down and check the level. If the oil lies at or below the minimum mark, add a quart of the oil recommended in your owner's manual. But be careful not to overfill. Too much oil can be just as bad for the engine as too little. You might want to double check the level afterwards. And you're all set. Now onto the coolant. Check it at the see-through coolant reservoir, with the engine idling and warmed to normal operating temperature. If the coolant is at or below the low mark, just add a 50-50 mixture of coolant and clean water. Never use just water or straight undiluted coolant. And don't ever open the radiator cap unless you know the engine is stone cold. Not warm or even cool. Stone cold. Let's finish with the windshield washer fluid. You can look through the tank, and if it's, say, less than a quarter full, add some windshield washer fluid mix. Finally, there are some other checkpoints you should be aware of. The automatic transmission dipstick, the hydraulic clutch fluid reservoir on the Talons with manual shift, the master brake cylinder, and the power steering fluid reservoir. Checking these fluids accurately can be tricky, so let your dealership do it during your regularly scheduled maintenance visits. Remember, preventive maintenance is a small investment that pays off big in the long-term health of your car. No matter what Eagle you're driving, all of them are equipped with a full complement of precise indicators and gauges that monitor operation. Now, the exact instrument cluster will depend upon the particular model that you're driving. Your Premier's instrument cluster may look like this. The Talons will look like this performance-oriented unit. And your Summits may look like this. But the important thing is that each provides you with essential information about your car's systems. When you turn the key to start up, a number of indicator lights flash on and then off. And that's the self-check system at work. Now, while you're driving, glance occasionally at these important gauges: coolant temperature, engine oil pressure, and voltage, or electrical charging. Let's begin with the coolant temperature. Anywhere here is fine. But if the needle ever heads out of the safety zone, or a warning light comes on, the engine is overheating. Pull over to a safe spot as soon as possible and keep the engine running. Open the hood to ventilate the engine compartment and let the engine idle for 2 or 3 minutes. Check to be sure the fan is turning, but stay clear of it. And please, don't even think about opening the radiator cap. If the fan isn't turning, or if the engine doesn't cool down, or is hissing steam, turn off the engine and contact your Eagle dealership immediately. Another important gauge monitors oil pressure. Check it frequently. At idle or low speeds, the needle will usually sit here. And at highway speed, it will sit above the center line. If you ever see a marked drop in oil pressure, or if the warning indicator light comes on while you're driving, that means your oil pressure is low. Pull over immediately. Turn the vehicle off. And again, contact your Eagle dealership for advice. And also be aware that the oil pressure gauge indicates just that, pressure, not oil level. You have to check the oil level with the dipstick, and that's located under the hood in the engine compartment. There are other important indicators on your dash that act as warning signals. The voltmeter, or electrical discharge indicator, which monitors your electrical charging system. And the brake light, which monitors your brake fluid or pressure. Now, if any of these indicators should ever come on while you're driving, the best thing to do is to call your Eagle dealership for advice. If your instrumentation cluster has a tachometer, which displays RPMs, or revolutions per minute, use it as a guide to shift points if you have a manual transmission. But whether you drive manual or automatic, be sure to keep the needle out of the danger zone. Revving an engine that high can damage it severely. If you're driving a turbocharged Talon, you'll find the turbo boost gauge on the tach. It reads the turbo boost pressure level, effective at engine speeds of 2,000 RPMs or above. Because your Eagle is delivered in road-ready condition, it doesn't require a rigid break-in period. But there are a few guidelines that'll help your Eagle adjust to use. Keep an eye on the engine fluids during the first 1,000 miles or so, especially the engine oil level and the coolant. Moving parts inside the engine are settling in, and you may have to add oil or coolant. That's perfectly normal. For the first few hundred miles, vary your driving speeds up to the legal limit. That'll help the engine and the drivetrain parts adjust to use. Let your engine warm up for a few seconds before you put it in gear. And avoid full throttle starts. That puts a real strain on vehicle components. Try to avoid hard panic stops, too, in order to establish an even brake wear pattern. Same goes for extended idling periods. Try to avoid that. And that's it. Once you've driven past those initial few hundred miles, your Eagle is fully broken in. If you ask your Eagle dealership service advisor how often you should have the engine oil changed, he or she will try to define how you use the car, whether you put your Eagle to normal or severe use, because the harder you use the vehicle, the more frequent regular dealer maintenance it's going to require. You probably think severe driving means traveling on tough, demanding roads in extreme weather, and you'd be right. But here are some other conditions engineers consider severe. Performance engine options. If you own a Talon with the turbo option, for example, your car will require more frequent oil changes than Talons without turbo. And driving habits. If you make frequent short trips, say on weekends when you're shopping or running errands, or extended periods of idling. Heavy stop-and-go traffic. If any of these conditions applies to the way you drive your Eagle, follow the severe use service schedule detailed in your owner's manual. That'll mean oil and filter servicing about every 3 months or 3,000 miles, whichever comes first. And have the service performed at your Eagle dealerships. Your dealer's service advisors and technicians have the know-how to do the job quickly, efficiently,